Declare war, and don't stop until you win. Every man at some point in his life faces a crossroads. On one side, there's comfort, ease, and the soft life of avoidance. On the other side, there's war, a war against weakness, a war against everything holding him back. It's not the world outside that is your greatest enemy. It's the weak man within. To become the man you are meant to be, you must declare war. Not against others, but against yourself. The man you are today has served its purpose, but he's no longer enough. He's holding you back. And the truth is, he must be defeated. This war, however, is not one of physical violence, but of mental fortitude. The battle happens in your mind, in your habits, in the small decisions you make every day. The moment you choose to remain the same, you've already lost. But if you decide to fight, to face your weaknesses head-on, you take the first step toward becoming something greater. The weak man inside you whispers, lies. It's okay to give up. You're not cut out for this. Why push yourself when you can take it easy? These lies are seductive because they offer comfort and safety, but they also keep you stagnant, soft, and powerless. To transform, you must be willing to face discomfort. You must confront your fears, your insecurities, and all the self-limiting beliefs that have held you back for far too long. You have to rise and become the general in this war, the one who refuses to surrender until victory is won. This isn't a battle you fight once and forget. It's an ongoing war, a continuous struggle. You're at war with your laziness, your lack of discipline, your avoidance of responsibility, and the war won't stop until you win. Weakness doesn't fade on its own. It must be fought, challenged, and ultimately defeated. But here's the harsh reality. Many men choose to live in denial, acting as if they are already strong enough. They lie to themselves, pretending they don't need to change, pretending that their life is fine the way it is. But deep down, they know the truth. They know they've let the weak man inside them take over. And unless they declare war, they will never escape the cycle of mediocrity and regret. Remember this. The man you are today cannot create the future you desire. He lacks the strength, the discipline, and the resilience to handle what's coming. To achieve something meaningful, something significant, you need to evolve. You need to become a man who embraces struggle, a man who thrives in discomfort. Only then will you have the power to claim victory over yourself and over life. This war is necessary because without it, you'll stay exactly where you are, comfortable but unsatisfied, safe but powerless. The battle will be hard, but the man who emerges on the other side will be unstoppable. He will be disciplined, focused, and, most importantly, free from the chains of weakness that have bound him for so long. So, declare war today. The weak man you are now must die so that a stronger version of you can rise. This is not just a battle. It's the war of your life, and it starts the moment you decide to fight. The greatest enemy you'll ever face is not out in the world. It's within you. This enemy doesn't wear armor or carry weapons. It's subtle, often hiding in the shadows of your own thoughts, habits, and behaviors. This enemy is the weak man inside you, the one that makes excuses, that chooses comfort over challenge, that avoids responsibility and hard work. If you want to win this war, you need to start by identifying and confronting this internal enemy head-on. You see, we all carry weaknesses, but not everyone is willing to face them. Some men prefer to turn a blind eye to their flaws, convincing themselves that everything is good enough. But deep down, they know they are living far below their potential. Weakness comes in many forms: laziness, fear, procrastination, insecurity. It's that voice in your head that tells you to hit the snooze button instead of getting up to work. It's the hesitation you feel when it's time to take a risk or step outside your comfort zone. It's the fear of failure that holds you back from even trying. But here's the truth. Until you confront these weaknesses, they will control your life. The weak man within is always looking for an easy way out, for shortcuts, for the path of least resistance. He wants comfort, but comfort is the enemy of growth. Real growth only happens when you challenge yourself, when you push through discomfort, and when you do what's hard and necessary, not what's easy and convenient. To defeat this internal enemy, you must first recognize its presence. Look at yourself with brutal honesty. Where are you falling short? Where have you allowed laziness or fear to take over? Are you avoiding difficult conversations, tough decisions, or hard work? Are you blaming external circumstances instead of taking responsibility for your own actions? The weak man inside you loves to shift blame, to point fingers at the world, at other people, at the unfairness of life. But the truth is, most of your problems start from within. Once you've identified your weaknesses, the next step is to confront them. This is where the real battle begins. It's easy to talk about self-improvement. It's much harder to actually do the work. It's in these moments, when you're tired, when you're scared, when you don't feel like doing the hard things, that the war is either won or lost. Do you listen to the weak man inside who says, "Not today"? Or do you push forward knowing that every small victory against weakness brings you closer to your ultimate goal? This battle is personal, and it's relentless. Every day you will face moments where the weak man tries to take over. He will whisper that it's okay to quit, that no one will notice if you slack off, that you can start tomorrow. But you have to realize that tomorrow never comes. You either fight today, or you lose. The weak man is patient. He will wait for any sign of hesitation, any moment of doubt. And when he senses weakness, he strikes. But here's the good news. Every time you choose to fight back, every time you push past the excuses and do what needs to be done, you weaken that internal enemy. He loses his grip on you, and little by little, you start to gain control. You start to become stronger, more disciplined, more resilient. It's in these daily battles, in the small decisions you make every day, that the war is won. It's not about being perfect. You will have setbacks. You will have days where the weak man wins, but what matters is that you keep getting back up, keep fighting, and refuse to let him take control of your life. The moment you stop fighting is the moment you surrender, and if you surrender to your weaknesses, you will never become the man you are capable of being. Understand this. The man you're meant to become is waiting for you on the other side of this war. But to reach him, you must first defeat the man who's holding you back. It's time to face your weaknesses, to confront the enemy within, and to declare that you will not stop until you win. If you're serious about winning this war against weakness, then you need a strategy. Like any battle, going in without a plan is a guarantee of failure. And in this war, your greatest weapons are discipline and self-control. These are the foundations upon which all victory is built. Without them, you're powerless, unable to make real progress. But with them, you become unstoppable. Discipline is what separates the strong from the weak. It's easy to have motivation for a few days or even weeks, but motivation fades. Discipline, on the other hand, is permanent. It's not about doing what you feel like doing. It's about doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. The disciplined man doesn't wait for the right mood or the perfect conditions. He takes action regardless of the circumstances. This is what the weak man fears the most: consistency. Weakness thrives on inconsistency, on excuses, on moments where you allow your emotions to dictate your actions. When you choose discipline, you send a message to yourself that you are in control, that you, not your impulses, not your distractions, not your emotions, are the one running the show. This is why discipline is so powerful. It shifts control from the weak man within to the strong man who is emerging. It's through discipline that you build momentum. Each small victory, whether it's getting up early, sticking to your workout routine, or staying focused on your goals, reinforces your ability to stay in control. And as you rack up these small wins, they compound into something greater, real, lasting transformation. But discipline alone isn't enough. You also need self-control. While discipline is the habit of doing what's necessary, self-control is the ability to resist what's harmful. Temptation is everywhere. Distractions, unhealthy habits, toxic influences. The weak man is easily seduced by these things because they offer instant gratification. But that gratification is fleeting and always comes at a cost. Whether it's indulging in bad habits, wasting time, or giving in to laziness, these temptations slowly erode your strength and keep you locked in the cycle of mediocrity. Self-control is about making choices with the long term in mind. It's about saying no to what feels good in the moment so you can say yes to what will benefit you in the future. Every time you exercise self-control, you strengthen your mental toughness. You become more resilient, more focused, more capable of handling the challenges that life throws at you. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the weaker your internal enemy becomes. But here's where most men fail. They underestimate the importance of consistency in these two areas. They'll be disciplined for a few days, maybe even a week, but then they fall back into their old habits. They think that one good day of discipline can make up for a week of laziness. But that's not how it works. The war is won through consistent, daily effort. You have to wake up every day ready to fight, ready to stick to your plan, ready to make the hard choices that will lead to victory. This is the mindset of the warrior. You're not looking for shortcuts. You're not looking for easy ways out. You embrace the grind. You understand that every day is a new battle, and the only way to win is to show up no matter how you feel. Some days will be harder than others. You'll be tired, unmotivated, frustrated. But that's when discipline and self-control truly matter. It's easy to be disciplined when things are going well. The real test is when everything in you is screaming to quit, to take a break, to give up. That's when you dig deep and push through. That's when you prove to yourself that you are in control, that the weak man no longer holds the reins. Here's the reality. Discipline and self-control are not just tools for success. They are the path to freedom. The more disciplined you become, the more control you have over your life. The more self-control you practice, the less power external forces have over you. You stop being reactive to the world and start proactively shaping your life. You become the master of your own destiny. Remember this: the man who lacks discipline is a slave to his impulses. The man who lacks self-control is at the mercy of his desires. But the man who has mastered both is unstoppable. He's already won the war because he controls the battlefield. And once you've taken control of yourself, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Victory in any war requires enduring hardship, and the war within is no different. The path to becoming stronger, more disciplined, and more resilient is paved with pain. But this pain is not your enemy. In fact, it's one of your greatest allies in this battle. Without pain, there is no growth. Without hardship, there is no strength. The problem is that the weak man inside you is terrified of discomfort. He avoids it at all costs, clinging to whatever keeps him safe and comfortable. But here's the truth. The weak man cannot survive the fire of true transformation. Pain, discomfort, struggle. These are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are growing. When you push through pain, when you embrace it instead of running from it, you discover something powerful. Pain has the ability to shape you into someone new. It forces you to confront your limitations, your fears, your excuses. It strips away the soft layers of weakness that have kept you stagnant and reveals the potential that lies underneath. The problem is that most men spend their lives avoiding pain, thinking that the purpose of life is to be as comfortable as possible. But comfort is a trap. It lulls you into complacency. It convinces you that everything is fine the way it is, even when you know deep down that you're not living up to your full potential. True growth happens when you are willing to step into discomfort, when you willingly embrace the challenges that life throws at you. It's in the gym, in the early mornings, in the moments of doubt and exhaustion, that you forge the strongest version of yourself. This war isn't supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to feel good all the time. There will be days when the pain feels overwhelming, when the temptation to quit is almost unbearable. You will be tested physically, mentally, and emotionally. And in those moments, you will hear the weak man's voice louder than ever. He will tell you to stop, to give up, to choose the easy way out. But this is where the battle is truly won or lost. Because every time you choose to push through the pain, every time you choose to endure instead of escape, you weaken that voice. You take another step toward victory. Think of pain as a refining fire. It burns away the impurities, the weaknesses, the excuses. It leaves behind something purer, something stronger. But you have to be willing to face the flames. You have to accept that pain is part of the process. The weak man will always run from it. The strong man understands that without pain, there is no progress. And make no mistake, The pain you endure in this process is real. Whether it's the physical pain of pushing your body to its limits, or the emotional pain of confronting your deepest fears and insecurities, you will feel it. But here's the thing. That pain is temporary. It passes. What remains, long after the pain is gone, is the strength you've built, the resilience you've developed. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of stone. The process is slow, difficult, and often painful, but in the end, a masterpiece is revealed. Many men quit when they face pain. They convince themselves that it's too hard, that the discomfort isn't worth it. But that's exactly why most men never achieve greatness. They're unwilling to pay the price. They want the rewards without the struggle, the victory without the battle. But life doesn't work that way. Anything worth having, strength, success, purpose, comes with a cost. And that cost is pain. But here's the paradox. The more you embrace pain, the less power it has over you. When you stop running from discomfort, when you willingly step into it, you begin to realize that you're capable of handling far more than you ever imagined. The weak man crumbles at the first sign of difficulty. The strong man grows stronger with every challenge he faces. This is the difference between those who stay mediocre and those who rise above. Understand this. Pain is not your enemy. It's your training ground. It's the forge where the weak man dies and the strong man is born. Every obstacle, every challenge, every setback is an opportunity to grow, to become tougher, to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought possible. This is how you win the war, by refusing to quit when it hurts, by choosing to push forward when everything in you wants to stop. And when you finally emerge on the other side, when the pain has passed and you stand stronger, more disciplined, more resilient than before, you'll realize that the struggle was worth it. You'll realize that the weak man inside you could never have endured what you just did, and that's when you know the weak man is no longer in control. The greatest victory you will ever achieve is the victory over yourself. When you conquer the weak man inside, you unlock a level of freedom and power that few ever reach. This war isn't about proving anything to others. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more. It's about pushing past your limitations, smashing the barriers that have held you back, and rising as the man you were always meant to be. To win this war, you must understand one simple truth. You are your own greatest opponent. The external world, with all its challenges, distractions, and obstacles, is secondary to the internal battle you fight every day. If you can conquer yourself, no external challenge will be too great. If you fail to conquer yourself, even the smallest obstacles will seem insurmountable. The weak man inside you thrives on self-doubt, insecurity, and fear. He is constantly sabotaging your efforts, whispering that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that it's better to settle for less. But you have to understand, these are lies. Lies designed to keep you small, to keep you comfortable, and to keep you from realizing your true potential. Winning the battle against yourself begins with self-mastery. You need to take control of your mind, your habits, and your actions. This is where discipline and self-control play their part. But beyond that, you need an unwavering commitment to your own self-improvement. Every day is a chance to get better. Every decision you make either brings you closer to your ultimate goal or pulls you further away from it. The man who wins the war is the man who chooses improvement, no matter how small, every single day. But let's be clear, self-improvement isn't glamorous. It's a grind. It's waking up early when you want to sleep in. It's pushing through workouts when your body screams for rest. It's staying disciplined with your diet, your finances, your responsibilities, when it would be so much easier to indulge in temporary pleasures. The weak man wants instant gratification. He wants the easy life. But here's the truth. The easy life leads to a weak existence. There is no fulfillment in comfort. There is no greatness without struggle. Autosuppression, or self-overcoming, is a constant process. It's not a one-time event where you suddenly become the man you've always wanted to be. It's a daily battle, a daily commitment to being better than you were yesterday. And sometimes it will feel like you're not making any progress. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments where you question if it's all worth it. But these moments are part of the process. They are the tests that separate those who are truly committed from those who are merely interested. The man who wins this war is the man who refuses to quit. It's not about being perfect. You will make mistakes. You will have days where the weak man wins a small battle. But as long as you get back up, as long as you keep fighting, you're still in the game. The real failure happens when you stop trying. The weak man thrives on your hesitation, on your doubts, on your decision to give up. But every time you push forward, every time you refuse to quit, you weaken his grip. This is how you win, by staying in the fight longer than he can. This war is not just about discipline, it's also about mindset. You need to shift your thinking from seeing obstacles as threats to viewing them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face is a chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you once believed. This shift in mindset is crucial because the weak man views difficulty as something to be avoided, while the strong man sees it as a pathway to greatness. The difference is not in the circumstances but in the perspective. Winning the war against yourself also means learning to control your emotions. The weak man is driven by feelings. He acts based on how he feels in the moment. But feelings are unreliable. They change with the wind. The strong man doesn't make decisions based on temporary emotions. He makes decisions based on long-term goals and principles. This is the essence of self-mastery, choosing what's right over what's easy, what's necessary over what's convenient. But perhaps the most important part of winning this war is this: you must realize that it never truly ends. There will never be a day where you wake up and everything is suddenly easy. The battle continues every day for the rest of your life. And that's a good thing. Because every time you choose to fight, every time you choose to rise above the weak man inside, you grow stronger. You become more resilient, more focused, more capable. The man who understands that this battle is lifelong is the man who achieves true greatness. Victory over yourself is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about relentless improvement, about becoming the best version of yourself day by day. And once you've won this war, once you've mastered yourself, no challenge, no obstacle, no enemy outside of you will be able to stop you. The war has been long, the battle's brutal, but now you stand on the other side. The weak man who once held you back is no more. He has been defeated, buried by the discipline, resilience, and strength you've built through the struggle. This victory, however, is not the end. It's the beginning. You are no longer the man you once were. You are stronger, sharper, more disciplined, and focused. You have been reborn through the fire of hardship and perseverance. This is the ultimate reward of the war within. You become a man truly capable of living life on your own terms. But this new version of you doesn't just emerge by accident. It's the direct result of every small battle you fought and won. The early mornings when you forced yourself out of bed, the hours spent refining your craft, the times you pushed through pain when everything in you wanted to quit. These moments built the man you are now. It wasn't the easy days, the comfortable moments, or the times when everything went your way that transformed you. It was the struggle, the pain, the sacrifice. These are the crucibles in which greatness is forged. The man who emerges victorious from this internal war has something far more valuable than any external achievement. He has self-respect. There is no greater prize than knowing that you have mastered yourself, that you have taken control of your life, and that you now possess the discipline and mental toughness to face whatever challenges come your way. This self-respect is not given, it is earned, and it can never be taken from you. It is the foundation upon which you will build everything else in your life: relationships, career, purpose. Everything flows from this inner strength. But the rewards don't stop there. When you defeat the weak man inside you, you set a new standard for your life. The habits of discipline, self-control, and perseverance you've cultivated become a part of who you are. They guide your decisions, your actions, your thoughts. You no longer settle for mediocrity because you know you're capable of more. You no longer make excuses because you've learned that responsibility is the path to freedom. You no longer avoid discomfort because you understand that growth lies on the other side of pain. This is the essence of a man reborn, someone who not only faces challenges but seeks them out. You've learned to thrive in discomfort, to embrace the grind, and to find meaning in the struggle. While others shy away from adversity, you walk into it willingly because you know that's where true growth happens. You are no longer afraid of failure because you've learned that failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone toward success. You have developed resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, stronger and more determined than before. But perhaps the most significant reward of all is that you have become a man who can be relied upon. In a world full of weak men who avoid responsibility, who are quick to make excuses, who crumble under pressure, you are different. You stand out because you are solid, dependable, and unshakable. This is the kind of man who others look to for leadership, for guidance, for strength. You've become a pillar of strength, not just for yourself, but for those around you, your family, your friends, your community. Your transformation also comes with a new sense of purpose. The weak man lives aimlessly, drifting through life without direction, chasing pleasure and comfort but finding no fulfillment. The strong man, the man you have become, lives with intention. You are no longer satisfied with just existing. You want to build, to create, to leave a legacy. The battles you fought within have clarified your values and your goals. You know what you stand for, and you know what you're working toward. And with this clarity comes freedom. You are no longer a slave to your impulses, your fears, or your weaknesses. You control your mind, your body, and your actions. This is true freedom, the freedom to live life on your own terms, to pursue your goals without being held back by self-doubt or fear of failure. You've proven to yourself that you are capable of overcoming any obstacle, and that knowledge gives you a sense of confidence that no one can take from you. As a man reborn, you now understand that the war within never truly ends. There will always be new challenges, new battles to fight, new weaknesses to confront. But now you welcome them. You are no longer intimidated by the struggle because you've learned that the struggle is what makes you stronger. Every battle is an opportunity to grow, to become better, to sharpen your skills, and strengthen your resolve. So here you stand, at the threshold of a new life. The weak man who once controlled you has been defeated. You've emerged from the war transformed, reborn as a man of discipline, purpose, and strength. The path ahead is still filled with challenges, but now you know that you are capable of overcoming anything. You are a man who creates his own destiny, who forges his own path, who refuses to be defeated by the obstacles in his way. The reward for this war is not just the man you've become, it's the limitless potential of the man you are yet to be. Because the journey of self-improvement, of becoming stronger, smarter, and more capable, never truly ends. The weak man will always try to return, but now you are ready for him. You are a man reborn, and with that rebirth comes the power to shape your life, your future, and your legacy. The war continues, but now you fight with the confidence of a man who knows he cannot be defeated.